Why do I do this to myself? No idea. But I do. And I'm sure some of you guys think I'm mad. Some are amused. Some are sympathetic and think, poor guy, hasn't got a bloody clue what he's doing. And half the time I don't. So I make it up as I go along. And the other half of the time I look back and I think, why the hell did I do it? Because the amount of work that actually goes into something like this. So what I've decided to do, I've got a bunch of these used. What are they? 240 grit, 240 grit. They've been used already. I can't remember where, but at least I can fold them and manipulate them slightly in my hand. I think they're not too rough compared to the texture on here. To try and first of all get as much of the clear lacquer off, but then on top of that just getting the surfaces smooth, because when I look in very carefully and closely, there's actually a texture which obviously is the machined texture. Now whether that's the cutting tool that's cut this into this shape that you've got here, recessing the casting or cleaning the casting up, and then somehow they polish it. It's obvious all this stuff's obviously done in China on machines and stuff, big machines. Ultimately covering it in a clear lacquer, I don't know. But right now my objective, based on what I did in my research, is to remove as much of this lacquer as I can, or at least to get the surfaces smooth. Then I'll mask it. I'll keep this powder coated section untouched. I'll mask that section, cut some t-shirts and strap some t-shirts in here. I don't know if you know about cutting the back out of a t-shirt and then dressing this and tucking the t-shirt the whole in, because you actually get a really good finish with that, because it tucks right in behind there, and I'll let the air out of them so they basically recess further. Probably going to put some 2-pack primer on these sections. It's a bit wasteful, but I'll do that. I'll probably plug these with bits of paper, just so all the holes are plugged so they don't get filled with junk. Or I might find something, I'm not sure what, spaghetti, who knows? Is it spaghetti? No. What's the macaroni? Little macaroni tubes might just fit in there as well. I don't know. This is, I think it's an 8mm diameter. Yes, it's an 8mm hole. So I might find something that's 8mm that I can do 100 of those and just plug all of these holes up. Primer, and then get some of the same silver paint that I put on the Oldsmobile as a base coat. It's a really, really bright silver. I can't remember if the name was Reflex Silver. And then paint them silver, and then probably unmask and clear lacquer the whole wheel so that the clear lacquer forms a united surface, because you can see some of this is a bit damaged. I'm not too bothered about that. Ultimately, this vehicle's going to get driven and used as a daily, so the fact that there's a little bit of damage on this inner powder coat surface doesn't bother me. But I'm not going to try and remove the powder coating. You need slightly more specialized stuff for that. So yeah, that's it. Let's see what happens when we start on this thing. Hello, Paul.
You're not dead then?
No, I've just cut the grass and I've just started recording / whatever you want to call it, just to see if I can sand some of this clear lacquer off. Let's see. Because what I'm trying to do is just get the surface as smooth as possible, that I can get primer on there. I'll probably use, not probably, I will use etch primer. So hopefully it'll cover some of the leftover, because I won't get all the primer off, or well, with a bit of effort I will get all of the clear lacquer off, but I can't see myself actually getting it all off or bothering about it, because go on.
Why do you use like a wire brush on the drill?
I thought I'd give this a go and see what it gave me, and it's not bad. I mean, you can't really see it clearly, but basically It's an improved surface.
There you go then.
Let's see.
Capitane!
Hey, boss. Thank you. So this went tits up very quickly, if you can say that. I started off sanding. It works, but I'm not sure if it works well enough. Then I went to the wire wheel and realized that the wire wheel was damaging the paint on the inside because obviously I wasn't controlling it well enough. But that led me to believe that that's actually paint and not powder coating. Because if it was powder coating, I was going to struggle to get it off. But if it's paint, and I've now bought some paint stripper, then we have paint. So my next step with this lot is to sand with some reasonably coarse grit. This whole lot, try and get in there a little bit. Maybe I'll even use a wire brush, a welding wire brush. Sand all of this back to key in, because the more you key, the more surface there is for the gel type paint stripper that I've got. What I've got is not a chemical, one of those heavy duty chemical volatile ones. So hopefully this will strip and soften the paint. I need to take the pressure cleaner out up to the house. And then once I've done the keying in here, I'm going to take these all up there, paint them up there, and then leave them for half an hour. I struggle to leave stuff alone, but I'll leave them for half an hour to soften up. I need to get some plastic and cover them all in plastic as well, so that I've actually got bin bags, so that the stuff doesn't dry out too quickly because it's a hot day today. And then once that's done, pressure wash it off. Hopefully, you can also scrape some of it off, but basically I think pressure washing will do the job. Get all the excess off. Fingers crossed that there's little enough of it left that one needs to neutralize. But yeah, and my wheelbarrow wheel seems to have gone flat as well. That's not good. There you go. So I've got 4 wheels to key in, get up to the house, gloop up with the paint stripper. I've used Panther something or other from Tool Station, which gets a reasonable mention. I think it gets 4 out of 5 stars online. We'll see what comes out after that. And thanks to Zach for taking the tires off for me. This one's quite graunched, so what I'll do as well before I start painting and everything is I'll file this back, sand it and tidy it up a little bit. It's not too difficult to make them look better. The next step is get into the garage and open up stuff. What have you got in your hands, John? More of those.
I've got another 3.
3 center caps for these wheels that came without center caps. And there's some more there. Anyway, but look at the match. That's not bad out the box. Once, yeah, but the loose isn't a problem at all. That's right. I think once I've painted the centers gold, and you paint that as well, I'll use edge primer over everything, we might just be in a good place. Get some nice wheels coming out, and silver around the outside where it used to be polished. And those were £18 for 4. And you see these idiots trying to sell the original BBS caps for 200 quid a set, and you think, you smoking something, mate. That makes me laugh. Anyway, so that'll be another next step thing. Get some Allen head, countersunk little Allen head grub screws to stick in there.
Not countersunk, they're flat on it.
Are they flat as well inside?
Yeah,
Hang on,
flat.
I need to see that. I don't believe you.
A little recess and it's flat.
I don't believe you, mate. Show me. Sorry, bud. You know, some people you just can't trust no matter which way you look at it. You You see, they are countersunk.
It's not.
No, they're not. They're
It's a little
flat.
hole and it's flat.
Right, so those need little flat Allen heads, but they're quite small. And I might have some of those in my stash of many nuts, bolts, screws, nails, washers, and everything else. And then we can get back to these. But it's pissing rain outside, so that's why we're indoors in the garage. Not even opened it, because there's too much rain. But yeah, happy with this. You can put that right there, John, thank you.
Right where? Right here.
You have whatever you want. You didn't ask. That's the wrong place. I won't look for it there. Put it on the wheel. Seriously. Because I'm stupid, mate. I forget about
That's why I was
where I hid
asking
stuff.
where you wanted it.
Yeah, that's good there. Thank you. Let's have a quick look. We've got bottles. We've got piles and little boxes. There's some really interesting stuff. There's some Allen heads over here. They're a bit big. So then, oh, there's even bigger ones. They definitely won't fit. Allen heads. Right, we have an Allen head. We have all sorts of sizes. That's going to be 2. That's actually hex. But we have others. Right, so we've got an Allen head. There's different sizes, different lengths. This one's got thread all the way, which is what we want. Put that away where I can remember to forget it. We haven't even packed this away properly. See if that fits. Yes, it does. Does this fit? That's the important thing. Right, I haven't checked whether any of the threads are snapped, because I bought some wheels previously and there was threads snapped off inside. Oh, that's right, on the gold wheels. That's on the Oldsmobile. Let's see if this fits. Let's do it differently. Do that, find the hole, and then we can try and put the thing in the hole. This should. Boom! I am as chuffed as hell. You know what else I've got to look for now? You stand by. Because I think we just need to figure out where it is. Get a vernier. And then checkmate. No. Let's see what the inside of this is. Because I might have some, could have used one of the others, I guess. Much easier to get to on a flat line. Come on. Of course, they're tucked into each other like bowls, so you can't get them out the box unless you take them all out the box. Right, let's quickly see. So, this little guy. Come on. Do this. Maximum, which is a little bit less than that first. Put it on the floor. Right, that's kind of a 60 mil. So a 60 mil gap hole, I'm going to have a look and see in my pile of junk. I think I ordered a set of spider's webs a long time ago. If they fit, they sit. But this is really good. I'm impressed with their color matching to the original wheels. That's kind of, you know, when you're driving, that slight difference isn't going to make any difference. And you probably find there's discoloration here because of age. The wheels were quite dirty when I got them, and even if you just put bleach over them, they'd probably come back a little bit shinier. But my idea is to paint from there inward all gold, and then paint this outside silver using that, I can't remember the name, I think it's called Reflex Silver, that I used on the Oldsmobile as a base. Use that. I guess I have to unscrew the bloody thing now, eh? I did forget. Right. Use that. Stuff that I used on the Oldsmobile. Make it work. Cool. John? Today.
Happy days.
And the rivets came as well. That's also a good thing. So I've got 100 new rivets to fit to these
Just
wheels.
got to clean them up, no?
Well, yeah, I've got the paint stripper, but it's raining outside, so we can't work with paint stripper in the rain. But I'm chuffed. That's a good thing. And what I'm going to do as well, because I forget these things, is I'm going to put the spare Allen heads. Let's find some shiny ones. That's a shiny one. That's a shiny one. That's shiny, and that's shiny. So we've got 4 shiny ones. We'll add them to that lot, as well as the Allen key. Then everything is together, and I don't have to go looking for it next time. I don't even think I'm clever, I just know that I'm pretty stupid. So the next time I come looking, where's these bloody Allen heads? It'll take me 6 months to find them. So if I attach them now to the rear of one of these, we're done.
Attach it to the box,
Yeah, okay.
because you're going to be painting those.
Yeah, I was going to stick it in the back there into that little recess, like that.
Yeah, you're going to be painting them, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you pull the
Do that.
tape off accidentally,
Then I have to find
they're
some
gone.
more.
So take them to the box, keep the box handy.
Or keep the handy box.
Keep the handy box.
Cool, let's do that.
And get some circlips.
I have circlips somewhere. I'll just have to figure out where. Put the tape over this lot. There you go. Another job jobbed. Pretty chuffed about that. I'll leave that there because I'll put them in the car. 60mm. Going to see if I can get some 60mm center caps. They're hidden in a place. Just got to figure out where the place is, as always. Shall I turn off this multimeter that someone switched on?
Yeah.
The last time I switched my multimeter on, I left it on for about 3 months or 4 months and came back and it was dead. Right, so these guys, actually I'll put them with the other, let's do this. This is even a better route. Do that, do this, and put them where all the other Allen heads live. Which is obviously not the right place, or is it? Where did they come from? Over here?
Yeah.
Fetch them out, I think so.
Yeah, that was.
Cool, done. Now I'm just going to go and find a key that works. So wisely, John has just reminded me that I hadn't even opened these. They came off eBay last week or the week before. Spigot rings to go from 57 to, I think it's about 70 or something. Yeah. But basically, they fit on the inside, for those that don't know this, of this wheel, and they fit over the hub, the center, and then they reduce that so that this fits, because these wheels are center mount. So we'll just go and see if this fits while it's raining. John, you can follow me outside, you can stand in the dry, and I'll stand in the rain.
But it's not raining no more.
Nice one. Okay, good. Weather forecast according to John. First thing to check is this way around. See whether that fits over there. Yeah, needs cleaning. And that's a fit. I would like to believe, because I've had the wheels on already, I would like to believe that even if I fit this on now, it will fit. Do we want to fit it? Do we be bothered?
It's up to you.
No, I don't want to. I can't be asked.
Don't.
But I've tried it on just on the bolts, so we know that it fits. And what's more important is that that is a tight fit on here, so that reduces the center bore size on these wheels. Let's go this way. So basically, some hard, very resistant plastic that then stops these from wibbly wobbling, and you've got the wheels that pull them tight into the hub. So it's another win for the day, if there's such a thing as a win.
There is.
Wind,
Win-win.
wind up.
Win-win, mate.
Yeah, I'm glad we got these.
So you get the paint stripper out. It's not raining. See what happens.
You're going to set me off onto work. Yeah, it's either going to be either rims or finish off this. This is almost done, the underside welding. I still need to tidy up on that side a little bit more and do the under seal. And then I've got a rattle can inside there. If you open up, it's on the floor there. Some really nice rattle can satin black on the floor. Stick that on just to tidy everything up. And then the outsides, once this is cleaned up and all of this paint's redone, I'll leave this white. But I think seam sealer first on all the welds, black paint on the inside sections, and then later on we'll do either seam sealer or some other kind of bed liner, I guess you could call it, on the outside just to tidy it up. I'm also looking for a set of sill extensions, not much, maybe 2 inches or so, just to make the illusion of it being lower, because if this van's going to get lowered, it'll be nice to make it look like it's even closer to the ground. But this mess, we'll get to that another day. Today's not for welding. Today's for
Paint stripping.
right. Another one of those jobs. John is in charge. John is over here.
I'm not in charge.
He's insisted that I
Try it.
try it on the wheel, do a sample test. This is where I've sanded some of it down. My little wire wheel screwed up some of the surface on this, which we don't know if it's paint or powder coating. Looking at it, I don't know. It may well be powder coating. But there is a bit of oxidation under the surfaces as well. So whichever way it goes, these will get repainted. Some of this I've sanded back, etc. Let's see what the instructions say on these. Read the entire label before opening the product. Bugger. Use small inconspicuous area to confirm compatibility of the paint system and substrate below. Highly effective. Yeah, we're talking about household here, not automotive, by the way. But we're going to try this stuff, which is called Paint Panther. Comes from Tool Station, but it's a non-violent stripper. What I'm doing is I'm putting some of it on the unscored section as well, just to see if scoring versus not scoring, as in creating a keyed surface, makes any difference. Would you say that's enough?
I would.
Doesn't look like much.
Plastic on it before it dries.
Yeah. It's not a great experiment. Now we need a stopwatch. Just stop watching. Your 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
Thanks, John. So, 40 minutes later, that's the result. Using a sharpish homemade knife to try and scrape this off. It comes off. It almost feels like working with candle wax. If you used a candle and you scrape little layers off it, that's what you've got. What I'm going to try now, 100% not expecting it to work, is using, you can see there's weird degeneration in the holes, is to try and use the pressure washer to see if it'll first of all take all the chemicals off, which is important, but to see whether this softened sections, I've left some of it on there, whether it actually strips any of that paint off. If that does it, I'll be shocked, but I'll be super chuffed. I guess you're recording.
I am recording.
Right, fingers crossed. That, as they say, is probably that. Let's see up close. You have a look and see. Doesn't seem to have really done much. If you look on the sides here, the paint's still soft, but it's gone back too hard, so it looks like a fail on that stuff. Which is a bit of a pity. It just means more work, eh? A lot more prep. Amazing sunsets we get down here. At the end of the day, look at that sun ray, just the way it is. But do please subscribe. Let's see if we can get my numbers up to 1,000 subscribers. That'll be really cool. Thanks for watching. So we're collecting the wheels back from Thomas at Kerbed Wheels. They have a new unit which is nice and big. Hopefully this is all done, and we'll see what we've bought today. It's big business, doing a lot of business. Right, so we got the wheels back, beautifully finished. Thanks to Thomas. We got two here so that they don't whack each other. We got another two in the back. Look at the shine. They are so bloody nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to be painting them, to be honest. So yeah. So having returned from Kerbed Wheels, I thought I'd filmed a little insert on just what I'd paid for. I took them in to get stripped chemically because I ran into problems with what I was doing. Part of the problem is that I realized that my money was better spent paying somebody for their time than spending days trying to undo these wheels. You've got multi-spokes, holes and everything else. So Thomas agreed to chemically strip and just primer them. What he did, or his boys did, was a whole lot more. You will see all the curb rash has been removed. There's no curb rash left on these wheels. I don't know how the hell they do it, but it's done. Front, back, around, everywhere is properly done. Then there's obviously primer, and it's a gloss coat primer. I don't understand it quite, but the fact is, when you come in close, you'll see this one is stepped, this wheel. So when I do the paint, this section will be gold inward, this section will be silver. When you look at the back, I just look at details like this. The fact that this has been cleaned and blasted, and then all of the primer and the way that they do this, look how tidy it is. I mean, these things look like they're new. To me, they are new, to be honest, the way they've been done. And once I've done painting, hopefully they will be as good as new. Some decent tires on, spacers, whatever is necessary to make them work. But I didn't give any feedback on this. Put it this way, the video that I thought I'd created either corrupted or something, but it didn't work. So yeah, thanks to Kerbed Wheels, highly recommended, highly recommended. And I've always spoken to Thomas. He's Lithuanian by birth, an awesome guy, knows how to do the customer service side of things, and he won't bullshit you, which is kind of nice when you deal with people like that. But yeah, last look, and I'll carry on with these. These will get painted probably by next weekend or so. I can't be bothered painting them right now. I'm still busy fixing the wheel arches and wheel tubs and stuff like that. That's more important right now, is welding and grinding and creating. So yeah, thanks for watching.